Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be discussing your shotgun and repeater options. Unlike in the last video where I went through every sidearm, gave you the stats, pros and cons, and then told you my favorite, this time I'll be putting the shotguns and repeaters in order from my favorite and top choice all the way down to my least favorite. As always, everything in the video is my opinion and personal preference based on my experiences, and you should try to find the gun that works best for you and your playstyle. If you're a new player, hopefully this guide will help you choose what gun you want to try next and save as much money as possible early on. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about shotguns, a powerful weapon best suited for close-range combat. Shotguns use a variety of ammo including shells, slugs, incendiary, and explosive rounds, and the ammo will change the gun's stats as far as how much damage the weapon deals, the range, and accuracy. I actually prefer to use shells in my shotguns. Slugs technically give the higher weapon stats, but if you watch the beginning of the clip, I forget I have slugs in, and you can see I miss a lot of my headshots. There's a noticeable difference once I switch back to the shells. My top choice for shotgun and favorite in the game is the double barrel. Powerful and deadly, the double barrel fires off 2 quick shots, and when paired with painted black, this shotgun gets incredible range and accuracy. It's a beast in both PvP and PvE. I personally still like to go for headshots versus body shots, even when using a shotgun, and this weapon gives me laser-like accuracy. I would say the 2 cons is that you only get 2 shots before reload, so if you're facing a lot of enemies, it can be a bit overwhelming, and in PvP you might get killed on the reload, and the double barrel doesn't unlock until rank 30. You can technically get the rare shotgun at rank 1, but you can't customize this gun, so while it's almost the same, I recommend saving your money until rank 30. The double barrel costs $185. My second favorite shotgun is the pump action, and my go-to if I want to have a few more shots before reload. The pump action unlocks at rank 5 and costs $266. It has an ammo capacity of 5, and is definitely the shotgun I would recommend to brand new players. Its fire rate is a bit slower than other shotguns, but it has quick reload and decent accuracy. The pump action is also incredibly consistent, so if you want a well-rounded shotgun for all different types of activities, this is a good one to pick. Next, I would put the repeating shotgun in the number 3 spot. This might be a bit controversial as many players believe this to be the best shotgun in the game, and it is a really good shotgun. It has incredible stopping power as well as 6 rounds. Deadly at close range, you're going to tear through enemies in both PvP or PvE. The reason I place this gun a little bit lower on the list is that I feel the accuracy is a bit inconsistent for me, and it costs $434. You can unlock it fairly early at rank 11, but the cost and accuracy keeps me from recommending it to new players right away. I believe you'll get much better use out of the pump action. Finally, I put the semi-auto shotgun at the bottom of my list of preferences. Now, this doesn't mean that the semi-auto is a bad shotgun, it's just not right for me. It does have a fast hip fire, so it's a good choice for the slippery players out there. You can unlock the semi-auto at rank 42 and it costs $540. It does hold 5 rounds and it features a high rate of fire and quick reload. The cost and rank lock make it a poor choice for new players, and I personally don't like it because, just like the repeating shotgun, I find the accuracy to be inconsistent, and many times I do need to shoot the target twice to get the kill. For that reason, I would tend to stick with the double barrel or the pump action, for me personally. In conclusion, I don't think you can really go wrong with any of the shotguns. There's some pros and cons, and at the end of the day, the shotguns are extremely powerful weapons that'll typically get you fast kills in close quarters. So a lot of which one you choose is going to be based on your personal playstyle. If you're a new player, my recommendation would be to purchase the pump action, and then later when you've ranked up and earned some cash, you could experiment with a different shotgun. The 2 that I personally keep on my horse and use the most often are the double barrel and the pump action. Next, let's move on to repeaters. The repeater is probably the most versatile weapon you can own in Red Dead Online. Outstanding in both PvE and PvP, repeaters are capable of performing at close and mid-range. The damage is less than rifles, but they have a faster fire rate and larger ammo capacity. They also have better range than sidearms and shotguns. Repeaters can be used to take down crowds of enemies very quickly. Like the shotguns, the best repeater is subjective and really up to the player, as each repeater available in the game has some pros and cons. I'm going to give you the order of repeaters that I like, but I'll also let you know what I recommend for new players. Coming in at number 1 is the Lancaster Repeater. The Lancaster is extremely well balanced and excels in accuracy and fire rate. Great in both PvE and PvP situations, this gun has an ammo capacity of 14 and can be purchased at rank 12 for $243. This really is the only repeater you need in the game and is probably the most popular option among Red Dead players. I love the Lancaster for the consistency when it comes to accuracy and range. I know that I'm going to be able to get the headshot and how far away I can hit my target. Reload is extremely quick too, so even if I'm facing waves of enemies and run out of rounds, it's a quick reload back to 14. If you're looking for a consistent, well-balanced repeater, then look no further than the Lancaster. The Evans Repeater takes the number 2 spot, and this is purely my personal preference. I'd probably put the Carbine here for several reasons I'll go over in a minute, but I just really love the way the Evans feels and sounds. It can be purchased at rank 1 for $300, but I wouldn't recommend that a new player run right out and get it, as you already start with a really good repeater. The Evans has the highest rate of fire and capacity at 26 rounds, but beware, if you run out of rounds mid-battle, it does take a long time to reload this one. I recommend taking out some enemies and then reloading as you go, so you don't find yourself out of ammo when the next wave hits. This repeater allows you to get lethal headshots quickly, but I would say one of the downsides is that the damage goes way down the further away the target, so I like using the Evans when I'm facing lots of enemies at fairly close range. Number 3 is the Carbine Repeater. Now, let me just say this. You start with the Carbine Repeater, and as a new player, you can go extremely far with this weapon. There really isn't a need to run right out and buy another one, as there's other guns you really should be investing in. I'd actually recommend you get a good shotgun, the varmint rifle, possibly even the bolt action before you purchase another repeater. Fully upgraded, the Carbine does a decent job. It has high damage for a repeater and it's pretty accurate. It has an ammo capacity of 7 and a really fast reload. It's definitely a viable option in PvE and does a decent job in PvP as well. As someone who's been playing a long time, I feel the better option is the Lancaster, but again, if you aren't looking to spend lots of money on guns right away, this repeater will do the job just fine. Okay, last on the list is the Litchfield Repeater. This was actually my favorite in the story, but the problem online is it's just incredibly inaccurate. If you're someone like me who likes to go for headshots, you're going to find yourself missing them more often than not. Where this gun excels is power. It has the highest damage of any of the repeaters, and if you like to go for body shots or you use a damage build, this can be a really great repeater for you. But I personally prefer a rifle if I want a more powerful weapon. It can be unlocked at rank 18 and costs $348. It has an ammo capacity of 16, so slightly larger than the Lancaster. I will try using this repeater every once in a while, but for me the inaccuracy is a huge deal. It also has a slower rate of fire and reload speed, and I would argue that the damage offered by the Litchfield isn't enough to warrant using it over the other repeaters that are available. In conclusion, if you're a new player, I'd recommend sticking with the Carbine for a while, but if you have the cash and are looking for a slightly better option, you can invest in the Lancaster at rank 12. The Lancaster is my favorite and the repeater that I use the most often as it is the most versatile. I would say the Evans and Litchfield are not necessary purchases and are purely for fun. If you found the information in this video helpful, I'd appreciate it if you'd give it a like and let me know down in the comments section what your favorite shotgun and repeater are. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.